As a high-value woman, I believe I should never make the first move towards a man because I do think that approaching a man and making the first move is a masculine thing to do. Therefore, since I started my high-value woman journey, I had to put myself in the difficult position where the only way I could have a relationship is to have men approach me and select the one that I want to pursue a relationship with from those who approached me. And for that reason, I had to use my imagination to get men to approach me. And in this video, I'm going to share with you my 3-pillar formula to getting approached by men. I call it the AAW, which stands for alone, attractive, and welcoming. You will see that not making the first move will not make you completely powerless, as my AAW formula does not require from you to just sit around waiting for men and doing nothing, because you could be waiting for a very long time. The first thing you need to do if you want to increase your chances of being approached by men is to do most of your activities alone. 90% of the time I got approached by men, I was alone. The remaining 10%, I got approached when I was accompanied by one other person and one person only. It could have been my mom, my sister, a friend. I never got approached when I was in a group of 3 or more. And if you think about it, it makes a lot of sense. It's risky for a man to approach a woman who is surrounded by other people, because if he is rejected by her, it can feel like a public embarrassment. So it is frightening for a man to approach a woman who is not alone and with a large group of people, and anything above 3 is large. A woman who is alone is much less pressure to handle, because if a man gets rejected, he won't have to deal with any embarrassment in front of other people. So the bottom line here is you won't get approached if you are with other people all the time, but you stand a chance of getting approached if you are alone. I know this is not easy for women to do. A lot of women are not comfortable or used to doing things alone, but trust me, it is extremely rewarding when you get there, and it also has some advantages, such as not having to compromise on the things you want to do. What you can do is you can make a list of all the activities that you do in a group and start doing them alone, one activity at a time. Here are examples of activities that you should consider trying. Go shopping alone, have lunch alone, sit on a cafe terrace for a coffee alone, do your groceries alone, go to the gym alone, go to the movies alone. And by the way, my own experience with that one is that it can become incredibly addictive when you get a taste of it. Go to museums and art galleries alone, and maybe consider doing yoga or Pilates classes alone. The second pillar is to always look good and neat and to be physically attractive. You never know where and when you will meet the right person. In fact, in my own experience, you tend to meet the right person in the most random, ordinary circumstances, like doing your groceries. It's not just a cliche, and these are not just stories that only happen to others. My own parents, by the way, met when my mom was sitting on a bench crying over some exam results. So for that reason, it is very important to always look good and presentable when you leave your house. And I'm not saying you must look super sexy and extra glamorous every day of the week, and you should definitely not overdo it, but you should always aim to be clean and neat and presentable. Make sure your hair is always on point, always clean, a nice haircut that suits your face shape, and no end splits. Also, make sure your nails are clean and polished. For that, you may want to consider avoiding colorful and artistic and too overdone nails, because they are high maintenance, but rather opt for a simple, classy, translucent nail polish for every day. And lastly, I have a great tip for that has worked for me for many years now and never failed me. It's quite low effort, but it does not look like low effort. I always have in my wardrobe a few pairs of jeans that fit me really well that I pair with monochromatic tops, and I have a couple of them with different colors, and a nice jacket. That way I don't have to think too hard about what I'm going to wear if I'm on a rush or just lacking inspiration that particular day. I can always look neat and classy with minimal effort. And the last and third pillar is to be warm and welcoming. A man needs a little encouragement to come forward and approach you. That's when some green lights come handily. If you receive a signal that a man is interested, for example, maybe he smiled at you, or maybe he was staring at you, you can smile back at him. In fact, you should smile back at him. If he asks you if you need any help, be nice and welcoming and accept his offer to help you. It's his way of gauging your own interest before putting a foot forward. And finally, if he actually approaches you, you should be very warm and welcoming, even when you are not so interested. I got approached a few months ago as I was sitting on a bench in a nice park contemplating nature. Of course, the man had no idea that I was not single, so he started a conversation. I could see where it was all going, but I did not want to embarrass him right away or make it awkward for him until he actually asked me for my phone number, at which stage I had to say that I enjoyed the conversation, but that I have someone in my life and I could not give him my phone number. I did all that in a very nice, polite, and still welcoming energy. Ladies, if you focus on getting these 3 pillars right, I guarantee you will increase your chances of getting approached by men. There's no way around that. Give it a try and let me know in the comment section below how it goes for you. Thanks for watching.